Thank God that we took up the challenge and became a barrier breaker. 4 years later, when the mantra became anything but Jonathan, the same church leaders who had said it was inconceivable for a pastor to participate in alignment with a perceived Islamic fundamentalist at their one, they say Muhammadu Buhari, with my brother, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, a pastor at the Redeemed Christian Church of God, as running mate. I'm also aware that in 2015, the press represented by the likes of Dele Momodu played a role in redefining the narrative and presenting to the Nigerian public a Buhari they could relate to. That year, in addition to other things, I did in the background to ensure that the will of the people counted, irrespective of the outcome. I recalled telling the nation of the Buhari I know, just to ensure it was given a fair chance, untainted by a negative brand image. Now, 3 years later, it appears once again that the people are experiencing buyer's remorse. Interestingly, the likes of Dele Momodu and I have been blamed for allegedly packaging the current dispensation. It's however necessary to remind the nation that there were warnings. We had warned them that plunging headlong into another election cycle without addressing what I call the fundamentals was tantamount to putting the cart before the horse. But when the nation was adamant and wanted its way, like the prophet Samuel did when Israel demanded a king against divine counsel, we played our part to ensure that the interest of Nigeria was kept paramount. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad that neither the disappointments of the 2011 elections nor the stiff-necked response of those in power to his propositions and warnings have been strong enough to deter Dele Momodu in his steadfast service to the nation from his power slot as a media icon. It deserves a round of applause there. Instead, he has intensified his contributions just so Nigeria can rise to a potential as a great nation regardless of who is in government. It is that dogged belief in the Nigerian dream that has brought us here today at a time when the countdown clock to elections reached 219 days, but the Nigerian dream is yet asleep and has structural defects glaringly acute. At this critical moment in our national life, the words of the French emperor and warrior, Napoleon Bonaparte, are worthy of mention. He said, and I quote, "A journalist is a grumbler, a censurer, a giver of advice, a regent of sovereigns, a tutor of nations. 4 hostile newspapers are more to be feared than 1,000 bayonets." I sincerely pray that all the stakeholders, especially the press and the intelligentsia, will play a pivotal role in setting the agenda for the polity in 2019. The writings of Dele Momodu have over the years addressed some of the fundamental issues facing our nation. I am confident that he, as well as other opinion molders, will intensify efforts to ensure that the welfare and security of our people, as well as the overall development of our nation, become the main cause, discourse, agitations to the people of our nation, I beg your pardon, to a nation in the throes of violent agitations, to the people of our nation who want their fair share, and to young people running out of patience. The lesson from Dele Momodu is very clear and simple. And it is this: spill the ink, not the blood. Spill the ink and not the blood. Paint an indelible picture of the nation you desire and work tirelessly to ensure its realization, knowing that the greatness of our nation depends on it. Price of greatness, Nigeria's responsibility for the future greatness of our nation. If we follow that concept passionately, we shall, by God's grace, see a nation that walks in our lifetime. Thank you for listening. God bless you, and God bless our nation, Nigeria.
Custodian Brand Solution, Mr. Bisoye Fagade, Mr. Tokwe Fashua, Mrs. Fumi Odunsi, Omoba Yomi Odushote, our big brother, Mr. Boyega Okegbenro, Mr. Wale Jafojo is the Chief of Staff to the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly. A round of applause for them, please. I'd like to welcome, ladies and gentlemen, my Egbon who is totally okay, Mr. Jimmy Agbaje. A round of applause for him, please. I'd like to welcome Senior Advocate of Nigeria, A.U. Mustafa. A round of applause for him. Alaja Bisi Shuaib is here with us. Princess Omotade Ijoma Wogogo, MD Arise TV. Can I have a round of applause for them, please? SME there to, former SME there to the President of the Federal Republic, as well as former MD of NAN, Mr. Akin Oshutokun is here with us. Please, let's give him a round of applause. Running mates to Bashorun Dele Momodu on the platform of the NCP, and now chairman of the NCP, the irrepressible Tanko Yenosa. A round of applause for him, please. NCP, forever and ever. Yes. For your information, I'm looking for a party to run on. Okay. I don't have money to buy formal. Bobby, should I continue? They won't collect money from me. Okay. Here we go. I'd like to welcome Ladies Heights. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to this part of the divide our friend, our publisher, Bashorun Dele Momodu. A round of applause for him, please. To 1.7, please welcome Nigerian radio broadcaster extraordinaire, Toyin Okewale. Toyin Okewale Shonaya. A round of applause for Tom.
Working in the media. And he offered me, I think at that time you had moved to the UK, and then you called me. 10 years ago, when I was thinking of moving back to Nigeria to set up a women radio station, I was worried. I wasn't sure if I was doing the right thing. I reached out to you, and again, he rallied people around to support. 3 years ago, when we launched the radio station, he was there to support. Please let me applaud him. Thank you very much. Thanks. And when Pastor Bakari spoke about loyalty is a two-way traffic, he was right. You're a loyal person, and we're here today. But I'm not going to be as nice as I come across. 291 days, 219 days today. Come Saturday, 16th February 2019, we'll be going back to the polls in 219 days. And I hope we all have our PVCs. The Nigeria I grew up in, Bashorun Dele Momodu, in Ibadan, it was the Nigeria of cohesion, community living,